नितिन, जिगर, जीकू, अजीत, समाज, जराट, अनूप, अकील, मोहम्मद फैसल, जयप्रकाश, मोहसिन, मफी, प्रीति, प्रिया, आजितोष, तुषार, उबैद, जीकू, सर वसीम, सर इरफान, सैयद, विष्णु, कम, मोहम्मद, वंदना, वेल कुमार, अली, अली रजा, एडविन, चंद्रा, मोहन, इमरान, सर अरफात, दीपक, अदनान, अजय, बतूर, इब्राहिम, मुरली, रिजवान, सचिन, सुजीत, कॉम्पलेक्स, रिया, सैयद, फैसल, हारून खान, विनय, जावेद, सेंगर, फारिद, प्रदीप, प्रेम, अभिषेक, आमिर, कांग्रेचुलेशन, मोहम्मद, सही, परिता, नबील, चित्रा, हारिस, कांग्रेचुलेशन, मनीष, अमर, अदेरो, पलीसा, असलम, आतिफ, ग्रेस, ग्रेग, बैक, सचिन, कमाल, बशकर, रोहित, पैटिस, दीक्षित, रियाज, सौरभ, सिद्धार्था, नदीर, तारिक, वेंकट, तो हरी पश्चिम से मंसूर, रेहाना, विजय, विशाल, अर्जुन, असद, इलियास, खान, कांग्रेचुलेशन, एंथनी, अरविंद, हसान, वसीम, मंगेश, राज, अकबर, परना, संकल्प, विषय, ईश्वरी, अफजाल, विवेक, हसीब, हामिद, लीश, पल्लवी, अनम, फैसल, बुरहान, हुसैन, मतीन, पांडे, सैयद, खलील, मुनीफ, हसान, गुप्ता, आशा, अजय, इकेन, पूजा, तलहा, विजय, अमजद, जॉफरी, हसन, सुजित, अमित, दीबी, राजू, पवन, उमर, मान, वेंकटेश, अहमद, गुप्ता, शीश, मैरी, शॉन, जमाल, तुलसीदास, अनान, मोहसिन, नदीम, अली, इसाम, कवैस, अजीम, मंसूर, शकील, केरिया, हसन, रियाज हुसैन, प्रदीप, मीना, आसमा, दुर्गा, शरीफ, अली अल बलूच, कांग्रेचुलेशन माय फ्रेंड, सलमान, सुबता, हसन, मोहसिन, मनीक, क्रिस्टोफर, जंगीर, हमास, मोहम्मद शफीक, नवीन, दरिक्सा, फियाज, प्रशांत, इलियास, दामवीर, नीजू, अब्राहम, श्रीनिवास, सुंदेला, नबील अहमद, नवीद, बिलाल, बिदरा अली, शाजी, उबैद, बाबर, कौडी, रिजवान, इमरान, विवेक, राजीव, राव, इश्ताक, फैजान, रहील, निसार, उमर, आज, संदीप, शराज, तीनों, नुसमा, कोमल, शिवानी, सलमान, सदा, आनंद, दिलवम, अजय, साबिर, उजैर, सुरिंदर, प्रदीप, अमीर, मोहित, वकास, निधि, उमर, उस्मान, संदीप, अमित, अबू ताहिर, नवीन, अर्शद, मोहम्मद, विवेक, या सुशांत, फुरकान, गजेंद्रा, नागराज, नसीमा, सागर, मोहम्मद, जायना, हुसैन, रश्मि, नेहा, फैसल, अली, अली, अल अजमी, हमाद, नुमान, आलम, विजय, सरनाया, सवाना, मोहम्मद, जक्का, जाकिर, कांग्रेचुलेशन, सादिमा, सहर, अजेब, समीर, इफ्ती, तलाल, हमाद, उमर, उस्मान, मलिक, अजेब, वकास, प्रिया, रफी, सायरा, सरस्वती, सौरभ, सशवानी, फैवज, श्रीकांत, प्राण, जानदार डुओ, फ्रांसिस, अब्दुल, मोहम्मद, उमर, अभिषेक, अभिलाष, अबरार, फरहान, लता, निधि, इब्राहिम, विनोद, फैसल, अमीर, इनाम, अब्दुल अजीज, इकेन, अकमल, अजान, बासिल, गारिमा, कैवन, पद्मा, साजिद, साजिद, वलीद, चेताली, अन्नामिका, जरनाब, सुदीप, नवीन, मोजदेव, नवीद, कांग्रेचुलेशन, आतिफ, चक्रा, हसन, नदीम, आबिद पटेल, आदिति, सुभाषेश, सुरेश, उमर, रफीउल, गुलाम, शाम बाबू, दीपक, कैरोलिन, लिनविन, शीतल, एल्विन, उनिंद्रा, प्रशांत, अब्रार, अली खान, राम, विद्या, तलहा, बासाद, राशिद, माधवन, गुरजीत, ऋषु, दत्ता, सबान, अजीम, मंगेश, मुदस्सिर, प्रदीप, सिद्रा अली, मैन, कांग्रेचुलेशन, सुहेल, अमूल, तहसीन, नबील, आतिफ, जिया, नित्या, शाह, मोहम्मद, शकील उमर, अहमद, मिस्टर अवध, हिरुति, सलमान, खालिद, सैयद, सत्यस्नान, वसी, सैयद, सुहेल, शाम सिन्हा, जिद इकबाल, विवेक. And here we have my 1000 PM in less than 3 years, Muhammad Adil. Hi guys, how are you? I hope everyone is doing awesome. I have so many good news to share with you along the way. First of all, one of the most important thing is that we reached 464 PMP. 464 PMP yesterday. Now, why that number is significant? That number is significant because in the last year we had 464 PMP. So we also reached this year, which means we are going to beat the last year. So I'm really happy to share with you one of the most important thing, and that guy is our cleaner. He makes sure that everything is up to the mark. Okay, so you see, this is our success record. So far, 464 PMP last year, 464 this year. If I give you a 3 years way, 2021 we had 302 PMP, then 464 PMP and 464 PMP as of now. So Two students have already given exam today, and their result will come in 2 to 3 days. So we will be reaching it above. So a very important announcement I want to share with you regarding exam is that now, since exam is working in this way, that you don't immediately get the result, you get your result after, let's say, 2 to 3 days. PMI says that you will get the result after 5 days, but in actual you are getting results within, from let's say, 48 hours to 3 days. Okay, so PMI is getting results in 3 days. You are getting the results almost in 3 days from PMI. Kind of an important thing to understand what to expect. When do you actually get the result? This is kind of interesting for all those people who are like giving exam. Put in the comment box, what did you like before, like before 25th of September. You can immediately get your result. That was before 25th of September, and now you get result after 2 to 3 days. You have to wait for it. What do you prefer, this thing or the previous thing? Put in the chat box. Yeah, Starbucks, seriously, when they put your name on it, I love it. Yeah, guys, what do you prefer, the previous method or this method? Previous was good, Salah, Sana, previous. Curiosity level increase after. Yeah, previous. Yeah, my also opinion is the same. Not really matters. I like what Shuja said. Not really matter. I also prefer the previous one. I also prefer the previous one. But the thing is, we need to understand that one of the most important thing what PMI has done, this will make sure all those things where people were cheating the exam and things like that, although people will still try and find other ways. uh, those who want to cheat, they always find their way. But I want to share something today. Yes, there are ways people cheat in the exam. They get so many ways to do that. But whenever you go to the interviews, and that is the reason why you have that, people like me, they will be there as your consultant. They will be there. People actually, HR teams actually hire us. We interview. We interview basically. Uh, we interview them. How do they stand? And we interview the people whom we are going to hire. Okay, so that's an important thing to understand. We immediately know if someone has cheated in the exam. It's a very important thing for your PMP exam, that whenever you are doing, always understand this thing. If you have any question regarding anything about PMP, this is the best time to ask. I want to put this first section as question answer section, and then next section we will solve question answer section. If you have any question, feel free to put question answers. Okay. One of the thing that one of the student actually asked me was the concept of TCPI. Yeah, see, I remember actually the concept of TCPI, to complete performance index. So this concept is basically a very important concept, and the purpose of this concept is, will we be able to complete the project within the amount? The TCPI is basically fund remaining. Let me put it here. Fund remaining over work remaining. Okay, is it right? Is it right? The formula is right, guys, because this is, I put this formula for a very important reason. The formula was right, guys. If you look at this, is it the formula? Fund remaining over work remaining. TCPI is equal to fund remaining. No, TCPI is actually, to complete performance index is work remaining over fund remaining, which means if you have more work and less money, Is it a good thing or a bad thing? If you have a more work and less money, is it a good thing or a bad thing? You have more work and you have less money. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? It's a bad thing. You cannot complete this thing. Okay? You cannot complete this thing. So work remaining over fund remaining. How do you calculate work remaining? Budget at completion minus earned value. And if you are using BAC or EAC, estimate at completion minus actual cost. TCPI should be less than 1. If TCPI is equal to 1, you will be hardly able to complete the work. It is greater than 1, which means you have more work, less money. Bad thing. If less than 1, this means you have more money and less work. Good thing. Okay. So I would say even TCPI is actually opposite of CPI, which is cost performance index. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Bad thing, bad thing. What is the benefit of the candidate who is not working in a managerial post? Shakir, there are two benefits that you can think. The first and the obvious benefit, it will help you to get to the managerial post in a quick way. That is the first thing. Secondly, you understand the project management, how things work in a holistical way, how each thing is connected and how each things work in a holistical way. That can be a very important thing for you. Gee, I understand, Shakir, what you asked about the PMP course. Gee, any other question that anyone else has? We have been discussing in the last coaching call, and the last coaching call have been a lot about risk and multiple things about the risk. We will continue from the same question. Last time, I guess we did till question number 60. We will move away further on from it. Guys, please, those who are my student, please message in the groups that the coaching call has started so that other people can also join. There will be only one chance to no retake in the same fee. Yes, in 1 year you can give exam 3 times. In 1 year you can give exam 3 times. But if you fail, you have to pay $275 for the retake. Okay, if you fail second time, you again have to pay $275 for the third chance. And if you again failed within that year, you will not be able to give the exam for next 365 days. That is the entire application thing. That, but those students who are in my program, they don't fail in that. We make sure that thing. Acha ji, can stakeholder directly approach the team member? They can in some cases it is allowed, but it all comes down to your communication plan. Most of the time, it is not allowed that you do those things. The most of the time it is preferred that they follow the correct procedure into that way. Most of the time they that is not allowed at all. Okay, that's an important thing. G. Ayazuddin, if the approach is not given, like what Ayaz is asking, if the question is not saying that is it a predictive or is it agile, right? If it's not given, you will consider that as a hybrid question. You will consider the hybrid question. Which document should be referred by the project if you want to know how much confidential information need to be? Communication management plan. Kashif sir, 4 hour of communication. Guys, what are the 4 hour of communication? Put in the chat box. What are the 4 hour of communication? One of the very interesting thing. That is 4 hour of communication. Right information at right time, right people to have right impact. So how much information can be given, at what level the information can be given. Everything is mentioned in the communication management plan. So it will be there. In a few questions, plan do check. No, no, both are the right thing. So if in both question it is given, then the question need to be updated because damming cycle or plan to check it means the same thing. Okay. Can product owner assistant daily stand up to see the progress work? He can, he can. He needs to get the permission from the Scrum Master in most of the cases. But if he wants to join that, that's not a problem. He can join it. Okay? That's not a problem. But we need to look into that. He needs to get the permission. Normally, he's not there. G. Anyone else with any question? When the why would I ask we update mm, issue log? Because we have a risk register for this. We have a risk response for this. So once the risk agreed response is there, we will update the risk register. That is the reason. Na? The purpose of risk register is so that you can put the risk response, and when the risk response is there, you implement the risk response. That's why I asked. New feature in sprint review, yes, they can. And that actually, Molly, that is the best time to discuss that thing. That is actually the best time to discuss that thing. Not before, not later. That is considered as the best time to discuss that thing. Gee, anyone else? Keep your questions coming, guys. The Starbucks does not give me energy. Your questions does. Discuss this. If we face a risk in the middle of the project, we have to update. Arslan, now let me ask you this question in a different way. The question, the question is basically, it's a very important thing to understand this thing. Did you identify it before happening or after happening? Do you identify it before happening or after happening? If you identified it before occurring, then it will go to risk register. But if you identified after occurring, it will go to issue log. Na? If you don't have plan for anything, that goes back there. Okay, make sense, Arslan? Acha ji, to avoid redundancy, update issue log. Yeah, well, that is also a good answer, by the way. I like your answer. Product backlog, yes. For motivating, please start. Thank you for your input. Okay, so selecting two options as answer. If one is right and one is wrong, consider as a wrong answer. No, that is basically 50% marks are given to them. Okay, so he also has a second part. Those people who are struggling after PMP, they need to first of all update their LinkedIn profile. My students, when they cleared PMP, we guide them how to move along the way. What are the things, what they can do, step one, step two, step three. Like for my students, once they clear, I don't leave them. We have a certified PMP group in which basically I add them and I guide them accordingly. For example, if I show you few days back, what I did basically, I shared a LinkedIn checklist in my certified PMP groups. For those students, those who are my student, that will motivate them. There's a group called Certified PM. I shared with them and asked them to do implement this thing, like LinkedIn checklist and things like that. It's a very active group that I manage for my certified PMPs. Acha ji. Amir, please give a small recap on the different types of. Uh, Faryal, if you want a small recap, I highly recommend watch the journey of procurement. If you have a specific question, you can ask me that question. Okay? You can watch the journey of procurement, and if you're unable to find it, put in the chat box. I will share the link at that. How does Lean eliminate the waste? Lean use value stream mapping. Lean use the tool of value stream mapping, and with the help of value stream mapping, we identify what are the value added tasks, what are the non value added tasks, and we remove the non value added or the business requirement. Actually, I have worked 2 3 years in the lean way. I'm a lean Six Sigma green belt, and I did projects to eliminate the waste. Also uses SIPOC, supplier input process output customer, the end to end thing. Define that is again the Ibrahim. If we use in Six Sigma, define the entire work into that. How you like in from the input to and that DMS is an entire approach that is used in the Lean Six Sigma. Define first, you define what you want to do, then M is for measure, you measure something, then you analyze it, then improve, then control. If you look at the sprint retrospective is also made in this way. Okay. Can Umesh, I guess this is your first coaching call, is it so? Because at the end of the coaching call, I discuss all the daily questions because I post all the daily questions on LinkedIn, and at the end of this Wednesday coaching call, we discuss those questions answers. Okay, that's good. If I need a project manager PMP, how you can spot? No, I don't do those spotting. My organization is a training organization. I don't spot in those ways. We help them, and if our students need, we coordinate those people who need that. If you need it, just message me. Maybe I can help you. I can share my students in the area you are according to requirement. I can be in this way. You can contact me on the number, and I can share some student who is in that field. Okay. You told that there are questions like match columns. It is one or two question that is not that important. I know that that is not important. Yeah, eight based. What can you do to support your agile team's effort to improve quality? As a project manager, you can provide them training. As a project manager, you can see how the processes are going on. As a the entire thing work into that way. Okay. If there are stakeholders already identified in a similar period, can the PM ref? Of course, OPS past assignment is the first thing. We will start, Omar. Wait. People need their answers first. Okay, if the approach is not given, how do we determine the project? Like I told, as you asked this question, I just answered it 5 minutes back. If the approach is not given, you consider as a hybrid question. Like you will raise the change request and you will work into that way. Na? The user story must be invest. How do you describe? The PMI actually gave their guideline, and I have a also video on it. You can look into that. How to fill your PMP application? You put in the form of the project objective. Then what are your roles in initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and control, and closing? That's how you fill your application. Okay, guys, let's start the question answer. If you have any question along the way, feel free to ask. We'll answer your questions. Okay, let's see what's your answer here. Okay. Mitigate A. So many people get confused whenever the question comes related to mitigate or avoid. So this will help you in understanding how the mitigate and avoid works here. Okay. Risk is probability into impact. Avoid is you make the probability zero. or impact 0. One of them you make 0. Mitigate is you decrease their intensity. Okay. Which risk management strategy you have used here? You are traveling back to your country from Dubai. You know that due to Eid there will be too much crowd and you decided to reach 1 hour earlier. When you are happy to find out you are right. In fact, airport was overcrowded. Guys, now in order for it has to be avoid, you have to make the probability 0. Did I made the when I came 1 hour earlier? When I was coming, if it was more crowded, maybe my plan would haven't worked, right? Is it avoid? People who are putting avoid, Ankit, Faisal, and everyone else who are saying avoid. Did we make the probability 0 here or impact? Put yes or no. Have we made the probability 0 here? If let's say I had an accident or it was more crowded that I could not get it, then what? No, we did not made it 0, right? So the right answer is not accept, transfer, or avoid. It is mitigated. For the answer to be avoid, it has to give us some kind of a hint that the probability has become 0. The next question. Guys, I see that only 18 to 19 people have liked this video. Please do like this so that this video can start coming into the algorithm of YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed it, please subscribe it so that whenever I put anything, you don't miss anything. We put a lot of content regarding PMP, and I don't want you that you miss any of this thing in the entire way. Okay, so do like and subscribe. Okay, B. You cannot travel. Which document you will update first to avoid this problem in future? So even just looking at this thing, we are talking about the future. Okay. So project management plan, issue log, no. B is the right answer. So that is why in my 7-step formula, if you still haven't received this, my 7-step formula, I highly recommend my first step is that you read the question slowly. That is the kind of a first step. Second thing is read the last line first. Okay, read the last line first. Then you identify the keywords. Okay, then life cycle, and most importantly use elimination technique. Guys, if you haven't received your 7-step formula, just message me. I'll give it to you, the 7-step formula. So the right answer is B here. That's very good. That's very good, Babe. If anyone is doing, that's very good. Okay, the next question. Achaji, what will you do to make sure resources are doing work according to their capacity? You are working in the IT project as a project manager. Team members are daily complaining that they are overloaded. They are not able to, and you have been receiving poor quality information. Work according to their capacity. Highlight the issue. Can be. Elimination technique demands you go through every single option. Can be. Hire more people, not a problem. Fire, no. Kanban actually put the work in progress limit, so D would be the right answer. D. I'm putting answers here for every right, like so that you can understand. Here it was B, then B, and then D. Next question. Okay. C C C B C C C. Okay, Ji. What will you do to make sure that the teams can be transferred to Agile in next 2 years? Okay. Your team is moving from predictive project to Agile. Your team has never done any project in Agile. They are not convinced. Many stakeholders have complained you that they do not have this. You have shown them this have worked in previous organization. They are not convinced. This will work. Now the thing is that you have shown them in similar organization that have worked. Still they are not accepting it. So the best thing is that you make a pilot project, kind of an MVP, show them that this can work and build on that thing. Know this, know this, know this. C would be the right answer. Okay, G. New team member B, D, C, A. At which stage is your team today? You are the project manager working in a large pharmaceutical company. You have been working with the same team. However, due to severe COVID, one team member sick and cannot. Now you hired a new team member. So this is Tuckman ladder, time, productivity. The first stage is forming when the team comes together, things like that. Then storming. Now everyone challenge each other, norming, performing, and then adjourning. Team moves from here to there. But whenever a new team member comes, any new addition, Okay, it takes back the team to forming stage. So we'll go back to the forming stage. No, Molly, even a one team member will take you back there. Forming. G A D D A. Okay. Which document will reflect this? You are managing a large project when COVID hit on 15th March. As a result, your complete project got stopped. After 3 years, you are back to the business. Same project has started. You want to document that this may happen in future in your project. Okay, this may have. It's a very important thing in your project. Lesson learned is for future projects. Okay, may the word may mean risk. All risk goes into the risk register. So it's a very important concept to understand it. If something bad has happened, if even if an issue has occurred, now you are solving it, and you are worried this issue can occur again. That goes into a risk register. If it may happen again, risk register. No, it for future, Vabe, if the question asked for the future, then maybe lesson learned register was there. No? Otherwise, no. A B A B A B. Mechan is saying B. Okay, you are managing the project where team are distributed all over the world in different time zone. What can you do to improve the communication? Co-locate them even for one meeting. Now, this is one of the agile concept. This is a very important. Also, sometimes kickoff can be worked into that way that we want to co-locate the team, even it is for one time. Get them together and like to have a co-locate them and discuss with them. Can be that collaborative too, not a problem. The all team members, no, that's not a good option. No, no. Between A and B, this is the concept of that we use in Agile. Okay, that's a concept we use in Agile. A D A D A D. Let's see. You are the project manager working in a construction company for Saudi Arabia. Eid is coming. You want to make a plan for Eid holidays. You want to see which resources will be available during Eid. Which document can guide for us? Resource management plan, yes. RACI chart, no. Project management plan, yes. Both D and V are the right answer. But A is the most accurate answer. A is the most accurate answer for this pattern question. A is the most accurate answer for that. The purpose of the resource calendar is that document when resources will be available, which type of the resources, things like that. G, let's see. See, reading the last line first. Which document will you check to make sure it make client requirement? Okay. You are having for the last client has rejected your deliver. You want to make sure client accept the deliverables in the current deliverable. Which document will you check to make sure it make client requirement? Not product backlog, not this. So we are left with definition of done and acceptance criteria. Okay, and we need to look into that. And guys, understand this thing. Definition of done does not say that it matches the client requirement. Client requirement is actually the acceptance criteria. Okay, according to definition of done, I feel that it is agree. If I want to see what client is asking, it is acceptance criteria. C is the right answer. Whenever we talk about definition of done, definition of ready, acceptance criteria, they are important concept in PMP, and you will be looked a lot, asked questions a lot about these concepts. So make sure that you understand them very very well in your PMP exam. As we are 50 plus people, still only 33 people has liked this video. Please do like it. We can start coming into the algorithm of YouTube. Umar Mansoor, why you are saying AC? AC. One answer is right. C is the right answer. Okay, as a Scrum Master, what will you do? You are working in the state of art project. During 4 days of last three sprint, client asks you that he want to add new requirement. Team is not agreeing to this as they are saying sprint backlog was agreed. Now they don't want to change anything. What will you do? You will communicate that it cannot be added as the team is not agreeing. No. You will accept client requirement. Can be. The best answer is C answer. Okay. This can be, but C is the better answer. You have to facilitate the meeting between both parties and we will look into that. Sagar, why you are putting A answer? C is the right answer. Okay. Last question, then we will go towards the daily questions that we uh, do. And the daily question that I put on LinkedIn. Will the answer change if the duration of the sprint is lesser? The duration of the sprint will never change. What will you say to them? You are managing an Agile project. Most of the stakeholders in your project have worked previously in predictive project. They are expecting daily reports, but they are not getting it. One of the key stakeholders called you and said that why they are not getting report. What will you say to them? Another interesting concept of Agile. You will tell them in Agile, use information radiator. It's an important concept to know when we talk about predictive and Agile. In Agile, whenever we are talking about it, we use information radiators. We use information radiator to communicate each and every single thing along the way. And information radiator basically helps you to understand the better. What are the type of information radiators we have, guys? Put in the chat box in the PMP. What are the information radiators we have? Put in the chat box. The meanwhile, I'll open your daily question answer. Okay. G. What are the information radiator we had? So how many likes that we had? Let me first see that before going to the daily questions. 39. Hey guys, we have 50 plus people. Please like this video. Burn up, burn down, Kanban board, taskbar, things like that. Okay. G, let's go to the daily weekly question. This is the question that I posted today. So this question directly involves the calculation of CPI and SPI. If you know the formula of CPI and if you know the formula of SPI, then you can easily calculate it. The question says that what is the SPI and CPI for this? The project that should have been 90% complete is now only 65. Even without looking to anywhere, I can tell that CPI should be less than 1. Okay, so that is eliminated. B is eliminated. Okay, the total project is this and the actual cost of working, like actual cost is this, so we will get 0.65 of this. Okay, we will get that. We will divide, say, 65 divided by 0.90, 0.65 divided by 90, zero point 0.9, you will get something like 0.70, and that your A will become the answer. Okay, have you solved this question? If you haven't solved, have you solved this question or no? If you can solve this question 90% of the time, any formula question that comes to your exam, you can. Put yes or no in the chat box. Hmm. Asif, you should solve, na? Guys, you should solve question. And I keep on saying that please do connect with me at LinkedIn. I daily post those questions. Right answer is A option. Do solve this question. Okay. You see, this guy solved the question. Total budget is this. PV is 90%. That is this. Earned value is this. Actual cost is this. Okay. CPI become 0.98 and A is the right answer. And I told him that he did the right answer. Ah, Sajit also did. Okay. So yeah, let's go back. I put a lot of content, guys. So do join. If you are not connected to my LinkedIn, do connect to the LinkedIn. Guys, one day or day one, do you want to work today or do you want to wait? That's your decision. Raza cleared PMP. I shared his success journey. Okay. This is a very important article on our stakeholders. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend you read that article. So only now today 9 days left in my batch program. I highly recommend that you joined it. Yesterday we reached 464 PMP and this is your question for you. Thank you, Khatija. Thank you very much. Okay, here the right answer. You see, a project manager has completed the following step. Finish a major IT development, confirm the release manager that all systems are working. This is done, this is done. So C has nothing to do, B has nothing to do. We have already verified that it is completed. So A is the right answer. A is the right answer here. Okay. So here the success journey. Talha actually cleared PMP from UAE. His success journey. Asadullah cleared. Okay. Also have like when you join to LinkedIn, my you will get also the other things. Guys, this 5 why is important. Why diagram root cause analysis for you. G. So when we talk about this question talks about the cost of quality. Okay, in the cost of quality, we have cost of conformance, cost of non-conformance, prevention cost. It will not be there. Warranty cost or outside cost comes under B. So B would be the right answer in this question. Okay. G. What else we have? Calm down. This is a very important thing. I have been preaching it more and more that you calm down and walk into that. This is the success journey of Uday. Okay. How they cleared the PMP. Again, another audio event. My number one tip, slow down, never give up. Another student, Khalid, clear. So many students clearing. My program is starting in few days. You can join. I have written a new book, Pathway to PMP. So whenever somebody comes to get, and I like the picture, I put it there. Okay, G. Next question. Thank you, Sadia, for saying that. So an agile team created a risk register for all initial risks were identified. What should the project manager manage the risk associate? So assess and prioritize each sprint, address it, update the risk register. C is the right answer here. C is the right answer here. Okay. See you at the top. This is one of the most beautiful book I ever read. I loved it. Okay. So one more question. This guy also he is I guess in the coaching call right now. Kumar, are you in the coaching call right now? He came from Dubai. Look at it. G. Thank you, Shuja. Thank you very much for saying that. So here in this question, what will be your answer? An agile project that a project manager has been managing for 3 years is replacing. Okay, additional project manager is being moved to the project is to run for schedule. What should clarify the stakeholder expectations? Okay, recommend the new. Okay, meet the stakeholder expectations. Okay, what will be your answer, guys? 40 A or C? Why not C? C would be the right answer. You need to meet the stakeholders and look into that. What are their expectations? How those expectations can be met, and this can be one of the most interesting thing to look into that. So these were the question answers for today's. I hope you have enjoyed it and learned it. Guys, my next batch program is starting in just 9 days. In 9 days, the batch program is starting. Every single thing that you need to pass in the PMP exam will be provided in that batch program. That includes customized roadmap, daily follow-up, and 3 coaching calls in a week. You see, I'm a big person on saying talking about my customized roadmap, daily follow-up, and coaching call. Yes, we have a standard roadmap for all our students, but according to that, I customize that. And one of the most beautiful thing about my program, one of the most important thing about my program is my coaching calls. And even more important than those coaching calls are my interaction at the WhatsApp group. Every single student who is my student, he basically is so active in the WhatsApp group. They are all the time learning from their WhatsApp group. Every single thing. Thank you, Saleh, for saying that. Follow up is one of the most important thing in our program. And this is not just the one thing. You get a customized roadmap, daily follow-ups. Thank you, Saleh. Thank you, Shuja. Thank you, Asif. Coaching calls. Like we go to the deep into the question and we get the best of the best of the best question. We keep working on it. We keep improving the systems. We are a big believer that we are not perfect and we are improving our systems. Let me show you one thing. Now we are having this PMP simulator. First, I give my students without time mocks. Then I give them these mocks, all with chapter wise, stakeholder, scope, all topic wise question, 13 topic questions. Once you are well versed about these topics, then you get to the people mocks. The people are 6 set of people question, 60, 60, 60 question. You solve them. Then you get the process mocks, 6 set of 60, 60, 60, 60 question. And then you go to the 180 mocks. You go to the overall 180 mocks. That is reflecting the real PMP exam. And one of the most important thing, which we have added this month in the month of September, if you don't have time to do 60 questions, if you don't have time to do 30 questions, you can do 10 questions, 12-minute timer, 15 question, 20-minute timer, 30 questions, 60 questions. Why I'm doing that thing? I am a big believer that In your exam, you need to know three things. First thing, you need to master the PMP, which we do in our batch program that is going to start on 13th. First, we do that. Second, you need to understand how to solve question answers that we do in the coaching calls. And third thing is time management. How do you manage your time management? How do you manage your time management that we are doing through our simulator? So and every single thing, each and every single thing that you need to pass the PMP exam, we provide them. But the most important thing is my students like Hasib. He's my batch student. Saleh. Samir is my one-to-one student. Shuja is my batch student. Amjad is my batch student. Ahmad is my batch student. All these students working together, supporting, answering question answers. So if you want to join a community from 81 countries, from a community that is truly diverse and help each other along the way, join our program and I'll see you at the top. Thank you, Shuja, and see you at the top. Thank you very much, and let's become certified PMP. With that, Assalamu alaikum, Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, good morning, good evening, good night. Wherever you are, I will see you at the top. Thank you for saying that, Kanan. Good to have you back, and let's keep become PMP. Adnan.